And we're back to learning Photoshop in a year, day 68. Let me show the basics of the bucket fill tool. It's fairly easy to use. You can find it with the short key G. But if you see the gradient tool right here, it has the same short key. Just right click on it and then you can left click on the paint bucket tool. Forget about the top menu for now. There's not much to adjust here. Important are these color swatches, because whatever color is in the forefront will be the color that's going to be used for painting. In our case, that's black. You can flip it here with the double arrows. And once you've got your foreground color set, left click on the canvas. We'll make that, for example, red here. I left click on the color swatch and then I can change the color. You can make it black and white again with these two smaller swatches. Just left click on them. This doesn't just work on a white background. It also works on selections. So if I use the marquee tool, then create an empty layer, and then I left click on the selected area. This will only be given the fill color now. Press Ctrl D to deselect. You can see there's a shape now on a layer, and Ctrl D, by the way, is for deselecting. You can find it under select as well. One thing to add though, what I just did here only works on selections. So if I use, for example, the pen tool to create a path, and then I try to use the bucket fill tool, it's not going to work. It has to be a selection, not a path. So let me press Ctrl Z. We can turn paths into selections. Let me get back to the pen tool, right click, and then make selection right here. The feathering is just for the edges, so the transition between our edges of the shape. I want to keep it to 0, which gives us the harshest edges, and then just confirm. But by default, you will have the inverse selected. So if I use the paint bucket tool now, everything will be colored but our selection. So let me press Ctrl Z. We have to inverse it first. We can do so under select, inverse, or using Shift Ctrl I. Then left click on the selection, and now we've got our shape. We switch back to red, and I can make the background red. Our shape will still be black. Let me show you how you can do that with text. Let me size that up a little bit. It gets the foreground color that's active, in my case red. And now if you use the paint bucket tool and left click on it, you will get a warning message. So for now this is a text element. And for us to be able to recolor it with the paint bucket tool, this has to be treated as a shape, you could say. And the process for that is called rasterizing. So Photoshop has to rasterize this text for us to be able to use the paint bucket tool here. But once we've done that, once we have rasterized it, we can't edit it anymore using the text properties. And that is something to keep in mind. Let me confirm, and then I left click on the letters. Let me choose a different color here, maybe blue. And you can see this recolors one letter at a time, as each letter is now a shape. And these are the basics of the paint bucket tool in Photoshop. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.